this one is this person runs a business with their best friend, and she feels she's taken advantage of our friendship by showing up late, leaving early while the other one does all the work. How do I be a boss to my best mate?
So I think there's two parts to this question, and I'll answer the first part. I think the first part is in terms of showing up late to work and taking advantage of the person who owns the company because you're the friend of that person. I think is going back to the same question, the same thing I'd always say is having a conversation, reminding them of the rules, reminding them of what they're here for, and just being clear. I feel like it doesn't matter if someone is your mom, your dad, your sister. Everything comes down to a conversation. It's about being clear and letting people know of the expectations and holding people to account, having the confidence to have the conversation regardless of how people may feel. Yes, it's always the how the conversation is held, but make sure that your points are clear, expectations are clear, and just setting the ground rules.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter whether you're running the business with your friend or whether your friend actually works for you and you are the boss. Being, in our business, we have family members.
Yeah.
We don't have issues. If we did, we'd be able to have that conversation with them because work and home life is very separate. And we don't blur those lines because the boundaries are set. So again, like Conroy said, it's just a conversation to say, hey, this is what's going on. I've noticed that you've been coming in later more or leaving work early, and I feel like I'm doing it again. It's conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, and even suggest, is there anything I can do to support? These are like little nuggets you can drop into people, and people will tend to kind of say like what's going on and what's caused them to come late. It's always offering that support to people because it's a great way in, rather than just saying you turn up late and then you have a problem, you have the back's up against the wall. Go in with the approach like, is there anything that we can do? We've noticed you've been coming in late, what's going on? And just having that kind of conversation.
I remember I used to have one of my really close friends. She used to work in the business, and she knew that when I came into work, it was work, and out of work, it was Michelle and social. And we never crossed that boundary. She knew what the expectations were. I knew what was the expectations in terms of we never even had a personal conversation in the workplace. But I was like that when I worked in corporate, when I worked in schools and education. When I was in work, I was in work. People knew there's no time to chat and have your a 30-minute conversation about your weekend. That was for outside of work. So it's about those clear boundaries.